All right, so here's what happened, and this has happened now twice this calendar year, and I think it happened once last year. Hello everybody, welcome back to the cabin, welcome back to Commonwealth Flipper. Got a bunch of great sales like I always say. I know I always do, but look, their stuff's selling like crazy. But I do have a little bit of bad news here. eBay forced me to give a return. Not a return, they forced me to give a refund to somebody, completely out of my control here, and I've been forced to give this money back. You know what, this is the second time this has happened with a particular case that's almost identical to this. And I want to talk about it a little bit. I want you to tell me in the comments if it's happening to you. But first, we're going to look at 3 or 4 sales. Before we talk about that, let's take a look. I'm not sure if you remember the mother of all garage sales or not. We found all kinds of crazy amounts of shoes and stuff, but we also found an incredible tub of CDs. And CDs aren't something I typically buy, but when I looked at these titles, I don't know if you remember me selling these for a while, that's all we have left of the singles we were selling. We have made hundreds so far. Still have, I think we have an auction still. Well, that's probably ended by now. Anyway, this one here is a Tupac lot. Hey, that rhymes, you know, Tupac lot. Anyway, that one sold for $25 plus shipping. I think that's what we paid for the whole box, I think. I just realized that 3 of the items that I have to ship out of here today aren't physically here right now. They're actually in an automobile. That's not right here, so I'm going to describe them real quick. Vinylmations, Disney Vinylmations. They're not huge sellers, but I had the chance at the 127 sale to buy 130 of them for 120 bucks or something like that. And I figured there was definitely enough meat on the bone to make some money. There's a few that sell for over $20 each. Most are going to sell for around $8-ish. Plus shipping, which isn't a lot, but they're super easy to list, super easy to ship. And in the end, we're going to make quite a bit of money. So I'm going to put those pictures up if I haven't already. And I don't think any are to viewers. If they are, I apologize. Maybe I'll check it out in just a second. It does look like one of them was to a viewer, went to Susan. I like it. Boney Yard, what is it? Boney Yard B. That's the name of the eBay account there. And she bought a Disney Vinylmation that is Mickey Mouse X-Ray Skeleton. So the Boney theme right there. I must have missed you finding this because I hadn't aired on video yet. He'll feel right at home with my mini skeletons. Thank you, Susan. Susan, thank you. If you're new to the channel, I used to sell quite a bit of Visions Corningware, Amber Visions Corningware. Sold a ton of it. And then it got a little harder to sell after the pandemic, and a lot of people saw me selling it, and there's just a ton of those sellers. A lot of people have been selling it forever, not that I was the only one doing it. And it just really wasn't worth picking up. But these I always pick up. They're the 4-quart ones. This one sold for $40 plus shipping. It's got a little bit of dust on it because it's been sitting here a while, so that'll... I better not take any chances with one hand. I'll let you look at it there. There it is. I gotta clean that off. It's been sitting there for long enough. And so that casserole dish will sell sometimes, and I never had to discount the price. So 40 bucks plus shipping for that. I think I paid $4. So I might go back here and grab the other part real quick, make sure I don't break it. And I'm pretty happy with that sale for sure. Takes a little bit of time to package up, but if you're willing to do it, you can make about $30 profit if you can get them for, you know, $5 or less. Next one's a pretty rare find. I'm happy to have it, happy to sell it because the price was awesome. It is a game-worn Liberty University football jersey from when they were back in the Big South. So you assume you sell this, you know, the Liberty stuff every once in a while because they're local here. 2XL. This thing's in great shape. Number 69. And look at that thing. This is the real deal right here. And it showed because that thing right there, in terrific condition, football season's starting here, sold for $100 plus shipping. We're going to grab one more back there before we talk about our topic for the day. But first, Pepper's coming in for treats. Ever since Don and Carrie were here, my animals have been spoiled. All right, let's find the other one. Took me a minute to find them, so I turned the camera off. But these, it's a youth size. What do they call these things, y'all? Chuckas or something like that? I don't know. Everybody knows shoes. I don't know shoes. How you doing, Pepper? I think I paid $1 for them. And they sold for $22.95 plus shipping. How you doing? You want some treats? I'll give you some treats. I don't know if there's any left. All right, y'all. I got a message today from eBay. I got a series of messages, actually. And somebody had opened a case. And then they immediately, well, they didn't immediately close it, but they closed it pretty darn quick. And this is the second time this has happened. Let me read the message to you, and then I'll explain a little bit. before Pepper gets mad at me because there's no treats left. All right, eBay case is now closed. Hi, Kevin. We received this case and decided to issue the buyer a full refund. We didn't receive valid proof of delivery from you. Sellers must provide tracking info showing the item was delivered. Some orders also require signature confirmation. Learn more about our signature confirmation policy. A refund of $27.95 was issued today. Well, today when I got it. 2022 to the buyer. The refund includes the purchase price plus original shipping. So here's the deal. All right, so here's what happened, and this has happened now twice this calendar year, and I think it happened once last year. And then if you go back a few years and watch the show, or if you're having experience reselling, you'll know that this happened a ton 2 years ago, and the post office was losing stuff like crazy. But here's the difference. This time, both of these items were international shipments. They were going somewhere else. Matter of fact, both of them were going to the same relative location. They were both going to Latin America. And what happened here is that the item, I got the item, I shipped the item, took it to the post office. It ended up getting delivered. Neither, I don't believe either were global shipping, okay? Which global shipping, a lot of times they'll work with you a little bit. In this case, they were both international shipping that I did, and they got sent to a Latin American country, and the tracking shows that it gets to the country and then just disappears. Now, here's what makes me think this one's a little bit fishy. What makes me think it's a little fishy is that the person opened the case literally the day that the stuff, well, I shouldn't say the day, the next day after the stuff arrived in that country. It's like they knew it was going to be lost. I don't know, maybe I'm making stuff up here, but it's happened twice now, where the things arrive in that country and then immediately halt. And then I get a return request. You know, I get a case opened for a full refund. So this stuff's getting to that country and then nothing's happening. So maybe I have to go in there and adjust what countries I'm sending it to. Let me know your Latin American horror stories out there about the stuff going down there. Let me know your global shipping stories. Should I be just doing global shipping? Usually, people ask this all the time. I usually just do global shipping on bigger items or more expensive items. These items happen to both be, they were definitely under $40. I think one was like 15 and this one was 20, I don't know, all in 28, I think is what it was. So let me know your stories and let me know what you think eBay should do to change this, because this item hadn't even been shipped out 30 days yet. And it's going to a Latin American country. And they're already asking for that refund. You know, who the heck knows what happened to it? But clearly it didn't end up where it was supposed to. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe it did. I have no idea. Pepper, we've been selling lots of cookbooks lately. She says, well, that's fine and dandy, but you need to cook me some cat treats because you don't have any. Another one sold right here. This one I thought sold last time, and it was actually a cookbook that I had in a different location. And so this is the one that I pulled last time, and it sold for $12.95 plus shipping. Next one is 3 orders in one going to a viewer. Wow, what I can only assume is a viewer, although Heather, you didn't leave a message, but I wanted to thank you. Virginia Tech Hokie shirt. There may be a message in the eBay messages. But all of these are, I think, $40 total plus shipping. This one, and I think there was a Nehru Time magazine. We're down, look at that. We sold all but 2 at this point. And so I'll find the right one. That is Truman. I don't know what that one is. Night Before Christmas. This has to be Nehru. And that's probably going to be 1940, well, Indian independence here. So 1949 would be the first Prime Minister of India, which would be Gandhi's buddy there. And oh boy, I could talk about the history of that forever. All those years that end in 9, boy. 79, 49, 1919. Just keeps going on and on. 69. There's all kinds of 89 into the Cold War. I mean, all kinds of stuff. Well, fall of the Berlin Wall. But this was huge. 1949 and Indian independence from Britain. Long process, the Salt March and Quit India movement and all that stuff that led up to it. Which reminds me of my AP World History days. But that one right there, I don't know what that one sold for, but total, like I said, this shirt, this one, and I got to find another one after I've yapped and yapped. There are a few topics in history that I really do miss teaching. And that one is one of them because Gandhi was an interesting character, to say the least. And the kids enjoyed it as well. This one might take me a while to find. Oh, I think that's it right there. Susan G. Komen for a Cure. It's got a little discoloring to it, but man, That one's pretty cool right there to find that new in the package. And those 3 total, just under $40 plus shipping. Next one's an interesting sale, and it's an interesting person who bought it. Keith from Minnesota, if you've been watching this channel for a while. By the way, that reminds me, so many new people all the time. So a lot of things we do in here might not make sense, especially the Enaman plush. So we appreciate when you go back and you watch those old videos. I usually tag a couple in the videos, like the I Quit one, so you get to know me a little bit. But thank you to everybody who's always watched. Some of you OGers in there, tell me if you remember when the show was just in the eBay cave in there, and that's it. Show me in the comments if that's you. But if you're new, my name is Kevin. Thank you for coming over. And hey, if you don't mind, I never asked this, but if you haven't ever subbed to the channel and hit that alert bell, if you take just a second and do that, we'd really appreciate it. And we really appreciate Keith, who has bought many times from us over the years. And he also gave us that sign right there. And so, thank you so much. And he collects old medicine stuff and all kinds of different stuff. And so, every once in a while, we have something. And he grabbed this old Broma seltzer right here. New old stock. And that one sold for a pretty penny. Keith, you should always send me a message. I'll give you a discount. You've been so good to us for so long, but you never do. But we do appreciate you. Let me look how much it went for. It sold for $30 plus shipping. So, it is really a cool one for sure. And I hope you enjoy that, and I hope it adds to your collection. Thanks, Keith. Somebody said not too long ago, you should ask people to subscribe in the video before you say at any rate in the video, because I apparently say at any rate a lot, which I guess I just said it twice. At any rate, let's go on to the next sale. I see a few things over and over, I guess. Let's see here. This one I bought down at the 301. If you remember all those trains I bought down there for dirt cheap. And this one sold for 16 bucks right here by itself, which I think is more than I paid for the whole bag. So we've sold a few of them at this point and still got a bunch to go. Anybody know that guy's name? Who is that guy? Who's the purple one? I don't really remember, but we tested them, and anyone that was working, we ended up selling, but a lot of them that weren't, we got rid of them. We're still going to make probably 80, 90 bucks off that deal. Next sales came from the Hero Quest. Here it is right here. I think it's not the expansion pack one. We are selling off the parts and pieces from the I Have the Power sale. And Blue Ridge Mama did all of this. She likes to do that tedious stuff sometimes that drives me nuts. But that Hero Quest game we got off of, it was $3 at the game. And you'll see that we removed the $3 that was there. We usually just use, so you're gonna find it now. It's not even in here anymore. What the heck? We usually use the dry erase marker method if it's got any kind of gloss on the box. They came off pretty good, but not excellent, but it's okay. I'm gonna have to find the piece. Might take me a minute, so I'll have to get back to you in a second. Found it, and like I said, we bought that off of Honest Tim, who had bought it for $3 at the sale, and I'm like, hey, just let me buy it off you with some other games, and we'll double up on it, and you'll make a quick profit. And he's like, yeah, absolutely. I'm like, okay, cool. Honest Tim's a good guy. He's in a lot of our Commonwealth picker videos. And those 3 right there sold for $13 plus shipping for those 3 miniatures, little figures. I don't know what they're called. I never played Hero Quest. At any rate, $11 profit on those plus, well, not plus shipping, but after fees, after shipping. $220 buy so far at the I Have the Power sale, up to $550 with tons to go. Howard Turner has a sale out of, well, it's not out of the Homeschool Hustler store because you don't have that store anymore, but you have a Homeschool Hustler store sale. I like your jersey, by the way.
Thank you.
That's an awesome number. That was the number Bubba wore and I wore. What'd you sell, bud?
Raja and I don't know.
Aladdin. Yeah, pretty cool. Prince Ali.
Yeah.
Mighty is he. Ali Ababwa. Do you remember? Sissy loves that movie, doesn't she? She just loves it. It's awesome. That movie came out when I was in, what I had been in. I was in junior high back in California. And boy, I had a buddy who watched that thing all the time. It's a good movie though. You like Aladdin?
Yep. Yeah. Reagan likes the new one.
The live version with people in it. Yeah. Will Smith. That's good stuff. Anyway, well, they're good. And that definitely made you enough money to do what?
Save $1, spend $1, and donate $1. Bye.
There's all kinds of different boxes that you could use when you're shipping these things out. But, you know, I would definitely stay away from a padded poly because these are somewhat fragile. They're not just super flexible. They're not like PVC. They're harder plastic, and they definitely could break. So I would put these in a 4x4x4 box with a little bit of paper to pad it, make sure the box doesn't crush, and you know, it'll end up there safe. You know, it's not that big a deal to spend a little bit extra money to make sure that you can, well, first of all, if you have the right size box, you can still keep it under 4 ounces. And if you can do that, that expense pays for the box, as opposed to maybe hunting and finding boxes. And I mean, if you can hunt and find boxes for free, of course, you're better off. But I like having these boxes on hand, because if you can put the item in the right box and keep it under the next 4 ounces up, you can pay for the box. And it's so much easier than, you know, and storage is super duper easy too. At any rate, I said all that just to say thank you to Jonathan for buying plans for the Commonwealth Picker shipping table over on CommonwealthPicker.com. Sold an ET pin, and this is one of my favorite ones. Still quite a few left in there. The 3D ET head pin right there. That one's sold. See, is it not in focus? There we go. Put the magnifier on it. Thing is pretty awesome, vintage. That one sold for $8 plus shipping. Right back over here to get an NWO decal, and this one went to a viewer, as did the next sale as well, and I think that's it for today. Matthew, MF Flips. He says, I may recognize him from the comments that he leaves on the Trash to Cash podcast, and I definitely do. So, you know, anybody who listens to that podcast is a little bit crazy, Matthew. At any rate, these decals are pretty cool. We've been selling the heck out of them. We're down, I think, oh, I don't know, let me go look. Look at that, down under 20, 18 to go. Thank you, and we appreciate it. MF Flips, I think that's YouTube, right? I think you have a YouTube channel. So thanks, appreciate it. Sold a DVD. This one didn't sell for a lot, but it was, I guess it's worth selling. Certainly worth selling if I can find it. Heroes, right here. I think I got this one in, I don't know, Arizona maybe, in a huge box, and had to decide if some were going to the booth, some were going to get sold on eBay. Sold a bunch on eBay, and some went to the booth. And this one sold on eBay $6 plus shipping, and that one went to a viewer as well. This one's headed out to Donna, and I believe, let's see, they had a question in here. Talk about opening an eBay store. Advise on opening an eBay store, and I just want to say thank you for the helpful advice. And going to go back and look at all the picker videos and check out all those sales as well. So thank you, Donna. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoy the CD or the DVD set right there. And I'll tell you what, this is personal. I didn't open a store till I had over 400 listings. And probably you could do it before that. I do like the idea of opening a store. Kind of incentivizes you to get listing to make the store worth it. And so in that case, I think it's definitely worth it. But I don't have the exact number, and there's a few different variables. But, you know, once you get up into the hundreds, you know, 2, 3, 4, 500 or so, you really should consider it. So appreciate it, Donna, and I hope you enjoy. Been selling a lot over here out of this lately, and a lot of times that means they're viewers, but not all the time. Here's a Camaro keychain. Pepper's coming for more treats here. I went upstairs and got some in between clips. And that's the one that sold, I think, and then a magnet sold as well. I don't know if these are viewer sales or not, but yeah, if they are, thank you. My guess is one of them might be, maybe both. Who the heck knows? But we appreciate it. Hey, maybe you go back long enough to remember when I picked that thing up right there. It's just beat up to all heck. And I cleaned it up, and I knew exactly what I wanted to do with it. And I finally did it and put all those stickers on there. So love that. Painted it up as well. A lot of this stuff I buy at garage sales. You know, you don't have to get all your storage stuff. You know, top dollar stuff. You can buy a lot of it at garage sales, like that one right there I got down in Appomattox. So that was a garage sale find. At any rate, $9 for that one, $16 for that one, and priceless. Absolutely priceless. So priceless I would give you away. Sold some shoes. Well, sold some sandals, some Merrells. And I'm very willing to take a deal on shoes these days, as you've heard me lament many times. But happy to have two of them headed out here today. $17.50 on those, which is a pretty good deal in my opinion. They're in pretty good shape. So happy to get them going. Sold one more item here, and it did not sell for very much, and these usually don't. Well, no. Well, there it is right there. I thought I didn't have one. It's a Liberty Flames lunch bag box things, kids club thing for a kid going back to school, I guess. And I think it sells for $6.90. I got them free, so we're making a couple bucks. I'm loving it when clothes are selling, especially big, bulkier clothes, because I need room right there, because I had a mat. Well, I don't want to let the cat out of the bag. You're going to see it soon. in a picker video. This Washington Redskins sweatshirt here sold for $17.50 plus shipping. It was I believe this one, I have two of them. I think this is the $1 buy, which isn't bad. You know, Redskins stuff doesn't fly off the shelf like a lot of people think. So $17.50 plus shipping from $1. That's a decent little profit. So probably, I don't know, $13-ish. I'll take it. Hey, y'all, just realized I didn't film an ending to this video, and Reagan wasn't on this video as well. I'm sure she'll be back next time. Just want to say thank you, as always, for joining us, and I can't wait to see you next.